the first time in 2019. I'm Leo along with
Francisco!
And this is your friendly show about gaming, movies, and pop culture. What's going on, buddy?
None. What's going on with you?
A lot, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, for a lot of people, that last time they saw us, I think, was at the end of November. We took a 2-month vacation, was it?
Dang.
Yeah.
I think so. I blame Rick.
Yeah, it is mostly Rick's fault, I will say that. No, I'm just kidding. But,
Oh, sorry. Violence here.
okay. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a while.
It has. We don't even know how to do the show anymore, guys. That's how bad it's been.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, oh, God, it's been 2 months.
Yeah?
About. More or less. And,
Well, we stopped mainly because you were going to Mexico. I think that was like the biggest...
yeah, I was going on vacation to Mexico, which was...
awesome.
It was
Awesome
great.
sauce?
I loved it. Awesome sauce
Okay.
all the way.
Cool.
Through and through.
Yeah. What'd you
And,
learn about Mexico that you didn't know before?
You know what? There's a lot of misconceptions about Mexico. People over here think it's pretty much the show Narcos. You know, the Netflix series.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the farthest thing from the truth. People are nicer over there than they are here, at least in our zone, where like even if nobody knows you, they'll go up to you and they'll say good morning or good afternoon or good night, and they'll talk to you for a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot more noise over there because as you know, there's not in the small towns, there isn't the big supermarkets like we have here where you can just go to one place and get whatever you want.
You didn't have a Walmart when you went? Where you went?
Well, we were close to the city, so if we wanted to go to a place like that, we could have. And there were lots of stores also, but we mainly decided to stay in the pueblo, and the pueblos is where it's at. If you want to go to Mexico, don't go to the big cities. Go to the pueblos. That's where you kind of get a little bit. It felt almost like being in a time machine a little bit,
Okay, cool.
just because of it's a much different way of life over there. I kept thinking to myself, man, this is nice. I kind of want to live here for an extended period of time to see if this is something that I might like. You know, it was that good. It was that relaxing. But part of me also understands, like, hey, you know what? This was your vacation. This isn't like your way of life that you probably want to be living. But who knows? I mean, I had a blast. I loved it. I'm more of a small town kind of guy than a big city kind of guy, and that just for me was great. I just totally loved going to the pueblos. I also went to the cities. We visited some of the big cities. Beautiful cities, and they were great. However, my cup of tea is the quiet life, the small life.
My cup of tea with the hot sauce.
Okay.
I don't know. Something random to
Dad jokes.
Yeah, we're getting old.
So
We're getting
earlier today, I messaged you. I said, Francisco, the show's tonight.
right?
What are we doing? I need to prep. And you said, not boring stuff.
I did.
And I'm like, well, what are we doing then? Because I need to know what to prep.
Not boring stuff. We don't want to bore our audience.
And you just said not boring stuff.
Right.
And I was like, well, what does that mean? And you,
It's not boring
and you
stuff.
kept trolling me, just saying not
What?
boring stuff.
I didn't troll you, bro.
Yeah, 'cause-
let's not do boring stuff.
Well, I am clueless to what today's show is gonna be about, and I'm hoping that like we end up with like lions and tigers and like a big circus act from Francisco.
I will tell you one thing that I've been pleasantly surprised about, and I've seen all the hate, I've seen all the drama and the bad comments about the app, but let me tell you,
Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
No, let me tell you that's not even. I don't understand why these people are complaining. I'm talking about, of course, the DC Comics app streaming service that Warner Brothers launched earlier in the year, or last year. I think it was already out last year. But when I went to download the app, you can see the comments of people leaving feedback about the app, and everybody saying anything. Oh, it keeps crashing. Oh, it doesn't connect to my TV. Oh, like your selection sucks. Oh, like one thing I will give these people that are complaining about is the organization. Like the way they have things set up. It's not like Netflix, like how we're used to with Netflix or Hulu, where like you look for a category and it gives you that category. Right here they have movies and TV, and everything's mixed in. So you have like the old school Superman movie, the old school Batman movie, next to like the newer stuff and the animated series. It's like movies and TV. How more vague can you be? They should do something like animation and vintage and new stuff.
They should just do Netflix.
Exactly. Well, the thing is that the only reason why I got the app is because they gave you a 7-day trial. Once you sign up, they give you 7 days. You try it out if you like it, or we keep billing you like $7 and change a month, or you can pay for the full year at like $72 or something like that, and then you save like a total of like $20-ish. I'm paying monthly because I don't have that much, the $72 to give right away. I don't want to do that. But I started watching the show Titans. Holy crap! Let me tell you, I'm impressed. I don't know if you saw the trailer when they first announced the show. When Robin jumps down on a few guys and he goes F Batman.
I saw the trailer, and to be honest, I'm not impressed.
I know, I wasn't either. I saw the trailer and I was like, dude, this is kind of weird, I feel like dude, the show's it's legit. Let me tell you, if you're a Teen Titans fan, not Teen Titans the new crap, no, Teen Titans Go. Let's talk about Teen Titans Go and Young Justice. Oh my god, they do so much fan service. I was like impressed. Oh dude. Okay, so we know that the leader of the Teen Titans is Robin. It's Tim Drake Robin. It's like the third Robin. This is Dick Grayson. This is the first Robin, the one that we're introduced into. And this dude is dark, dude. Robin has issues. Let me just say that. Like, you thought Batman was ruthless? No. This Dick Grayson Robin is killing people. Let's just say that. Well, bad guys. We won't say they're people. Bad guys. Like, he's always looking for an excuse to fight. And his character is really well done. It has a lot of developing. And then we meet another Robin, which I was totally like, because they're introducing the mythology of all the Batman and DC universe, basically, in that world. So imagine, I don't know, you haven't seen Arrow, have you?
I think I got through season 1 of
Okay,
Arrow.
so what do you think? I mean, I know the first season wasn't that great, but as far as the fighting...
Actually, now that I think about it, I got up to like halfway through season 2.
Okay.
And
it wasn't for you.
It had its moments.
Okay.
But overall, I don't see what the big deal is.
You didn't get to the part where the Flash is introduced, did you?
No.
Okay. Well, right now there's a big thing where they do a lot of crossovers with the Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl. So they all exist in that universe, and then they cross over to their shows. It's really cool. So imagine that in this show as well. They're very good at making the universe feel real, but still have superhero beings in it. And I mean, you see Starfire, you see Raven, and I mean, their supernatural powers and things like that. But they make it seem so organic that you believe it, that okay, they're part of it. They talk about Bruce Wayne a lot, about Batman, but they don't show him. They show his toys, aka Batmobile, and all the stuff that Robin has, computer, blah blah blah. It's really cool, dude. But when the second Robin showed up, I was just like, dang. The premise of the show is that Dick is running away from Batman. He doesn't want nothing to do with him, as you could see from the trailer. F Batman, you know? So he wants to be detached from Batman, and so Batman now has a new Robin, and Jason Todd is the one.
Okay.
And for those of you that know about your DC comic history, Jason Todd is killed by the Joker, and then later on, he comes back through Ra's al Ghul's secret pool of resurrection, and he becomes the Red Hood. But if you follow the comics, you know that Jason Todd has issues because he's very violent. This dude, he was just punching cops left and right like nothing, dude. Like, you see his finger going into a dude's eye and freaking gouge it out. Like, that's how legit and, violent it is, showing who the character is. That's why I was like, they're not sugarcoating anything, dude. And the Titans get in trouble in one of the episodes, and they get in trouble, dude. Like, they abuse them, and dude, you're like, you feel for them, because it's like, you think about the fact that if superheroes were real, there's gonna be a point where they're gonna get caught, and all those villains that you did harm to are gonna get back at you, and they do. Bottom line, I love this show. I can't wait for Doom Patrol, because if you know who Doom Patrol is, they introduce the characters in here, and they're doing their own show now, so it's gonna debut in the DC app as well. So yeah, that's my cup of tea.
Well, it was kind of nice to hear you geeking out about it.
Yeah, dude,
I'm sorry I don't have too much to add to this conversation.
The other thing too is the new animated movies. You know that DC is king in the animated movie realm.
So I've heard.
Yes.
I've only seen one of them.
Marvel,
The Killing Joke, which was an excellent film.
Other than the Spider-Man film that I still yet to see, it seems like Marvel doesn't know how to get their animation going. Mm-hmm. They're king in the
which is
live
pretty
action.
ironic.
I know. It's like the other way around. DC
Yeah.
can't seem to get their feet on the ground as far as live action, like Marvel does. But animation, boom. So all the new movies, like I saw the Death of Superman, and it's brand new. It's available in the app, and they just released the Reign of the Superman, which is like the second part of this Death of Superman one, and it's already there. And I'm just like, oh crap, the weekend, and I didn't even get to see it. So I have a little queue going on with the DC Universe app. It's going in there. So, include the Cuervos. It's awesome. Final season. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah.
Good show. Such a good show.
That show's great. I haven't seen the final season. I actually have purposely been kind of putting it off, just because ever since I found out it was gonna be the final season.
Yeah.
Right now I'm like, I don't want it to end.
It's just certain things that they come up with, and you're like, oh my god. Like you go like this, but it's so amazing that you have to
from
keep
season
watching.
1 you keep doing that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a train wreck. I can't believe this is happening.
And you're watching, you can't stop watching because
yeah.
it's so amazing.
Yeah, you can't look away from a collision, you know.
Yeah, but oh man, I've been watching the episodes every time I get a chance, because children, I don't want my girl to see those things, because it's a mature audience induced show. So I watch, like, when she goes to bed, like before I go to bed, like, I turn on the old computer, watch Netflix, and it's like 10:30 at night. Okay, one more before I go to bed, because you're hooked. You want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it was on Friday night. I went to bed like at 3 a.m, dude. Just binge watching like 4 episodes in a row.
Oh my goodness.
It's that good.
I binge watched the Ted Bundy tapes.
Oh, that's in my queue. That's on my queue.
Man, that guy was just sick and twisted, man. Yeah. It was a very interesting docuseries. However, my problem with it is that I feel like this kind of elevates his infamy.
Yeah.
It kind of idolizes him a little bit in a way. Not in the sense that they're trying to say like, oh, this was a good person. No, not at all. The documentary doesn't do that. What it does, though, it kind of like brings him to the light. Like, he's very, very charismatic, very interesting, to kind of like just see what happens, But that's part of what I don't like about it, about this docuseries, is just that to me it feels like some of the other things that we see on Netflix, where they kind of elevate some of these villains, these real life villains that we've had, and it kind of puts them up on some sort of a pedestal. Not so much to idolize them, but it just puts them up. And
people that
I don't know. I'm conflicted about that. I don't feel like it's
real life anti-hero.
Like it's right, and Yeah, like for example, Pablo Escobar is another example of a person like that.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy is an example. We have many other examples as well. And yes, they are part of history, American history specifically.
So was Hitler.
And Hitler, and there's a lot of stuff about him.
Exactly.
But
doesn't mean they're good.
But Hitler was more of like a worldwide leader. This guy was just some guy that decided to start killing people, and he got famous because of that. And sometimes I feel like,
wasn't his wife the first victim or something like that, and that's why like he got a taste of it? And
according to this docuseries, she was the first that got the hint that he might be psychopathic, because he almost drowned her in one occasion.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
okay,
but
so she did get away.
But she, he just let her up, and they continued their marriage. I don't know how, but they continued it. But that's where she got her first hint that this guy wasn't
not older.
Yeah, wasn't a typical normal guy.
A typical husband.
My goodness.
Like handyman husband, help around the house.
Yeah, husband. I mean, it is what it is. Those things happen, and it's kind of unfortunate that these corporations or whoever produced this has to just kind of like keep bringing him up, and if not him, any other kind of serial killer, and kind of elevate his fame, if you will. But it was interesting. It was really good. Well done.
Okay.
And so that's what I watched. I also watched this John Wick style Netflix original. It's called I forgot the name of it.
Terminator.
No, not Terminator.
No, not that one. Sorry, guys.
But that one was interesting as well. It just had too much gratuitous stuff, like content. Some of the gratuitous content out there, and I just thought, like, no, this would have been a great action movie without the extra gratuity and
violence and all that.
Not only that, its villains, its characters were kind of cartoony. They weren't like grounded too much.
Believable.
Yeah, but hey, if you like a good shoot 'em up, that's a good one to watch.
I saw Ralph Rex the Internet. Did not like it. I will say not
you
like
saw
it. Yeah, I won't say not liking it is a strong word. I will say I was more like disappointed.
Yeah.
It's very, it's good. I don't know how to explain it, Leo. It's one of those deals where, like, you're enjoying the ride, but when it ends, it's like, that was it? Like, it doesn't really get resolved the way most movies get resolved. Let's just say that. I will have to spoil it in order for me to explain what I mean, but for those of you that have seen it, that ending, right? It's like, really? Just like that? But I don't know.
Oh, because at the end, the ending was kind of abrupt, or what?
Yes and no. You kind of knew where they were going with it.
Yeah.
But it's like, but no, it shouldn't be like that. Because after everything these characters did to get to that point, and it's just like, all right, I don't know. I will have to spoil it. You have to watch it.
Okay. AJ's watching. He said he missed us. Well, you know what? DGT missed you too.
DGT misses everybody.
Me in particular, I missed you, AJ. Yeah. The other night, I did a live gameplay to kind of let people know we're gonna be back tonight.
Right. Also, you were already promising things without consulting us.
I did.
Oh, snap! Well, there's the reason why Rick is not here.
I thought we were pretty clear last week that we were gonna try to get this done this week. But apparently it wasn't clear enough, was it? No, so yeah, I was doing the gameplay stream, which, by the way, Star Wars, it's a love-hate relationship.
Which one?
Battlefront 2.
Oh, I haven't really gotten
There's moments where I really love it, and then there's moments where it's just kind of like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna stupid. I'm not gonna play this anymore.
Okay.
No, it made me do that.
All right.
And I don't like doing that with games, but yeah, it feels like they just
threw it in there,
cashed in with it's Star Wars. They're gonna play it regardless of what we do.
Well, I think their plan was microtransactions, and you know how that went. So
yeah, but I was playing the campaign mode.
Okay.
And the campaign, because honestly, I'm not big into playing online these shooters,
Well,
just because there's so many.
The campaign was thrown in there as kind of like, okay, shut up, here's the campaign mode. But their big,
and
and
it was terrible.
It's on the shooting or the
yes. No, and I get
view.
that, but then you have the whole pay to win, and you have that's just as bad. And
but tell me something, Leo.
But anyways,
tell me something. Endgame. Avengers.
No, I want to talk about
Avengers, Leo.
Apex Royale. Today it dropped. Since we're talking about video games, Apex Royale. It's a new battle royale video game from the makers of Titanfall 2.
PUBG.
And I've seen some of the early videos on it, and actually downloaded my copy of it. No, this is on a it's a first-person shooter. I know those make you motion sick because you're a wuss. But I'm sorry.
It's a real condition.
Sorry, I have to say that.
Look it up. It's a real condition.
Wussitis syndrome.
There's actually, I saw a documentary. I can't remember the name of it, but it's, you know, where all those kids that compete in like esports or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a kid from Japan that's really, really good, but he has the same thing I have. So he has to take drugs constantly to be able to play. Otherwise, you know, he gets really sick. And there was a point where, like, I think he had been playing for close to like 10 hours for a full day of gaming, and he ran out of meds. And so at the last match that he had, like, his team is just like all worried because, you know, he's like, you can see him that he's like kind of like playing like that, like all kind of woozy, you know, and kind of like trying to focus on like a point next to his screen to not puke. And so somehow he manages it. But then after that, like, he had to stay in bed for like almost a day and a half trying to recuperate because of all the, you know, damage that he did. So it's a real thing.
Well, I don't blame you for not being too excited about this game.
South Park, I played.
It's a game that you're probably never gonna play.
I remember, however, playing through the pain of South Park. Like, that was the only first-person view I ever did, but just because I was such a big fan.
Yeah.
And I remember getting to the end, to the last boss, I couldn't beat it. I just couldn't.
I remember
it was so hard.
You playing it, and it was punishing.
Yeah, and I remember having a big old headache.
You just seemed like you were so sick, like physically sick of playing the game. Yeah. Not because you didn't like the game, but just physically you couldn't handle it.
So it's a real thing.
Apex Royale.
All right.
I can't blame you. You have whatever that condition is.
Right.
But it's gonna be huge. I'm telling you, it's gonna be huge in the gaming community. The kids can keep their Fortnites and
they're still playing that, huh?
And their Roblox and
they're still doing that.
And their Minecrafts. But for the big boys,
you know, they're gonna migrate into it too.
This is the best integration of a battle royale system that there is. And because it's a AAA developer, the developers of Titanfall, as I mentioned before, and quite honestly, Titanfall is one of my personal favorite games of all time. And those are the same guys that made the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare games that made that franchise just completely blow up. And so now they're bringing that formula, that style of play and new innovations to the craze that is Battle Royale. And they added just enormous maps, tons of action. It's buttery smooth the way it plays. You have tons and tons of options, and it's just very crisp, very clean in its systems. And yes, there are gonna be a lot of bugs because it just released today. And I've already seen some videos of the top professional gamers and streamers throughout the world, and they're all giving it just like massive praise. So,
or maybe because it's just something new to play.
No, they're very
critical.
Well, let me tell you, I was watching Shroud. Shroud is one of the top streamers in the world, and he's world renowned because he was a professional esports gamer. Actually, I think he still has some sort of role in Cloud9, the professional esports team.
Okay.
And this guy, he has been playing it today. He already has a few streams up with his first impressions, and he's talking about how this is just a complete package when it comes to battle royale games. It has everything that a battle royale game should have from a AAA developer, and pretty much he he gives it nothing but praise. He hasn't had too many negative things to say about it.
Not too many.
Mostly just all positive, you know. And so I'm really excited about this, Francisco, because like I've mentioned it a few times already, Titanfall 2 was one of my favorite games, and PUBG a couple years ago, that was also one of my favorite games.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the best of both worlds, and they're crossing, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait to start playing it. My download just finished a couple of hours ago. So
yeah, we'll have to wait.
And it's free to play. It's free to play. So, man, I'm excited about it.
Avengers Endgame.
Okay, yes. Let's get to it.
I have a theory. And I mean, if you don't want to hear this,
I have to say, I saw the Super Bowl.
Oh, I
started watching some of the
Have you seen the previous trailer though to that?
No, I have stayed away from all trailers.
Well, I have a theory. Okay, because you know how they were a lot of people that were very mad that they showed us the Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man is supposed
which
to
I
be
haven't
dead.
seen either.
Spider-Man is supposed to be dead, or at least disappear into dust or whatever. So I have this theory, and after watching this trailer, specifically the one from the Super Bowl yesterday, it's happening. This is freaking happening, guys. If you don't want to hear this, mute us, and I will give you this signal when I'm done talking. So mute us. So the events of Infinity War did not happen. They went back using the time stone that Doctor Strange was already looking at his different scenarios when he says this is the only way, this has to happen. They go back in time to fix certain events to happen a certain way so that Thanos loses.
Okay.
And at the time where we see Spider-Man and his friends in the school bus in Infinity War, when they see the big old spaceship, that did not happen, because in that bus they were on their way to Europe. So Amy Pascal has already confirmed that the events of Spider-Man 2, Far Away From Home, happened right after Endgame, but also right after Infinity War. She freaking gave it away with those words. So I had that theory in my head. That's exactly what happened. And I think in order for something to happen, I think Tony Stark is going to have to somehow disappear or die in order for Thanos to lose. So probably both of them, Captain America and him, because they're the ones that started the universe, and there's the one that are probably going to end this phase.
Okay.
So that's my theory.
And we're back. In case you needed us through Francisco's spoiler theory.
Yes.
I guess maybe a spoiler. We don't know yet.
I don't know. We'll see.
But anyway, that just made me think, though.
Yeah.
Your spoiler. It made me think. There's potential time traveling involved.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be.
I just about a week and a half ago, I beat God of War. The game of the year.
Right. For PlayStation 4.
No, game of the year in general from the video game awards.
No, but I'm saying for PlayStation 4, because it's also God of War for PlayStation 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. The PS4 exclusive.
Right.
It's an excellent game. It's great.
I still have to get into it.
I would give it...
I'm on my cowboy face right now.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption. Ooh,
yeah.
Boy.
I'm really enjoying that game. And I enjoy not doing anything. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I know what you're saying. But back to God of War. It's been winning Game of the Year award after Game of the Year award from all these different outlets.
Okay.
Worldwide. It's the Game of the Year award. And after beating it, credits rolled and everything. I'm sorry, God of War fans. I'm a God of War fanboy. But I just don't see how this game would beat Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really?
Well, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is so much better, so much more fun, so much more fluid, so much more organic feeling.
You know what I think that happens? Because you are given the option to do whatever you want. Like, many options. Like, there's not a single thing that you will think is not interesting to do or to try out for the first time, because the mechanics of this gameplay is like, they thought of everything. Like, you get into certain scenarios that will affect the certain outcomes as well if you get into it. Like, I mean, one of the simple ones, if you go on a killing spree without covering your face or anything, they know who you are and they will be looking for you. Like, you pop your head in a town where they have a bounty on you, right away.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even give you a chance to do anything. So there's consequences.
Yep.
And this is not even following the timeline or the plot line of the game itself. And you can do so many things.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I was just going in a train. I just got in a train and I was like, oh, let's see how far it takes me. And it went like so far away from where my destination was. And I was like, just looking through the window, you know, it's like, oh, this is kind of fun.
I did the same thing.
It's like,
mine was more of an accident. I was going on a murder spree.
Oh, okay. And you got into the train to escape.
and the train happened to be rolling by and they shot my horse down.
And you just jump on the train.
So I just, hey, jump on a train, get out of there.
Yeah.
And I thought the train was gonna stop and they were gonna get me.
No, it keeps going.
But it just kept going, and I went for the whole Disneyland ride around the park.
I know, that's what I did too.
And I was like, oh my god, this game is huge. I'm never gonna finish the game.
Exactly.
And it's fantastic. It's a fantastic game. I do see though, when it comes to gameplay, God of War is more polished.
That's what I was gonna
more
say.
Polished.
I think they're critiquing actual plot line, actual game.
And they have in Red Dead Redemption 2, they have so many systems like piled on top of each other. Sometimes they don't all work like buttery smooth.
Yeah, like when you're playing cards, you know, it's like it's supposed to be a cowboy game, but you can also play cards. You can also
that stuff is nice, but I'm talking more about like the gun shooting mechanics, and
I hate those.
It just doesn't seem like
it's gotten used to it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's too smooth, and it's really not that fun because it just seems kind of random.
Yes,
like it doesn't require that much skill.
The thing that I hate is when, like, I don't know if it's the same button or if I keep pressing the same button because I'm dumb, but when you're supposed to talk to a stranger or something, you're supposed to target it with the button and then start talking, but then I press a button and then freaking brings its gun out and shoots them.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the heck? I didn't mean for it to shoot.
Yeah.
Like I was actually trying to help somebody. Mister. So I approach him and I'm gonna talk to him. I shoot him. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, other than that, it's a really good game.
No, God of War is a great game. But I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a better game.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
I'm still playing Zelda.
I guess all the experts think otherwise.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both great. And I brought up God of War in part because there's
sequel in the works.
Geez.
I heard about that.
Well, there's a sequel in the works. But okay, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil anything on it, except that I'm thinking this after my
time vortex,
my time with playing God of War. I think they're gonna do a Back to the Future Part 1.
That a lot of people are saying that.
I think it's gonna be like Back to the Future 1, and then
like where he's not gonna be God of War, like somehow he's gonna give Hades or whatever his name was.
Well,
Ares.
No, just
the power back.
I mean, you have to play it. I'm not gonna add or take away from what you just said. I'm just gonna say.
It was Ares, right?
If it plays out how I think it's gonna play out in the sequel, there's gonna be time traveling back to events that happened in this first game.
Oh, okay,
that's all I'm
not
gonna
the
say.
Original ones.
No, not the original ones.
Gotcha.
They have a lot to do with this, but I think it's gonna be, if they pull it off, if they're able to do it, then I would be able to, if they do it and they pull it off and it's great also, and it's something I've never seen in video games before, then I would retract my what I said, and then God of War would be my number one game over.
That reminds me,
Red Dead Redemption. But as it stands right now as a sole game, I had more fun with Red Dead Redemption.
I still have to play that God of War game. I can't even remember what it's called.
Ascension?
I think so. I think
it was on PS3 and ported to PS4.
Oh, I don't know. I know that it begins with him being like trapped by some harpies or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ascension.
I just played the beginning and I never got back to it. So I need to get back. They say it's pretty short though, right? Like,
yeah, it's like an 8-hour game. It's not that. It's not.
It's like a side story.
Yeah, it's more of a side story. It's not.
Not part of the
I
actual
think it is canon,
because
but
that happened after part 3, and in part 3 he dies.
interesting thing happened when I played that game, because
Yeah.
that's one of those few games, and I told you before, I'm a God of War fanboy, that I bought like day one,
Right.
like the day of the release, and I started playing it, and on PlayStation 3, and when that game came out, I was playing it, and I got to this stage where there's some sort of like giant looking spider,
Okay.
and I beat the spider, and the spider falls. It falls off of a platform, and as it's falling, I'm in the way, and it makes me fall with it.
Oh.
So instead of the cutscene that goes
Just
after
showing
that continuing,
it gives you playtime. That's what I liked about those games. Yeah.
now keep into consideration, I had killed this spider and it was just falling off the platform. It makes me fight him again. As if though he beat me. It was terrible. Oh my gosh. That's probably like my biggest gripe with any of the God of War games.
Dead.
And it was, for me at the time, it was so hard for me to beat that spider.
Oh, and you're
I had been on that spider for like half an hour.
What, doesn't it have autosave?
It does.
You should have just turned off the system at that point when it was falling on you, because then it will bring you back to the checkpoint.
Well,
when
it
you
was
actually killed
supposed to do that. It was supposed to, but it didn't. It like glitched out.
Yeah, glitches.
It happens.
Glitches be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that's our show, guys, because I'm talking nonsense and we're at 40 minutes, so anything else before we leave?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you, drop down any question on the chat window here that you have on Facebook Live, or if you're watching us later on through youtube.com/digital game time, you can also drop comments down below, any questions you may have, any suggestions, and we'll be glad to talk about whatever it is you guys want.
Comments for Rick.
Yeah, comments for Rick. Where's Rick? We want to know. We're looking for Rick.
Rick?
Where are you, Rick? Until next time, remember to check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and what else?
Our website, digitalgametime.com.
And
the merchandise, which we're not wearing.
we're not wearing any merchandise. But
digitalgametime.com/merchandise, where we have designs inspired by pop culture by Leo and yours truly.
until next time, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your games and love your families. Ciao.
Hello there! Digital Game Time, your show about games, movies, and pop culture is now live every week. Follow them and watch the show every Monday on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Comment, participate, and interact with Leo, Rick, and Francisco as they tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment at facebook.com/digitalgametime. Also, be sure to follow them on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch at Digital Game Time, and check out their t-shirts with original designs inspired by pop culture at digitalgametime.com/merchandise. And remember, enjoy your entertainment and love your family.